Hello everyone, and welcome to my manga collection video. I've seen a few videos like this before on YouTube, and I decided to make one of my own. My collection is kind of small, but I have a wide variety of genres in it, and I have some mainstream titles, some obscure titles, and it's time to get started. First is Fruits Basket, 1 through 12 Omnibus Collection Complete. The 12th volume actually has volume 23 of the original series, plus a bunch of bonus material, which is pretty great. Then 1 Week Friends, that's a whole series, and it's kind of a short rom-com sort of series, except it has a dramatic edge and some amnesia elements to it. It's not bad. Then that volume, it's kind of a one-shot, is a decent comedy. And these two are one-shot Yuri series, and they weren't bad, but also weren't really what I was looking for. I have a better Yuri series in my video I'll show you soon. Then there's Azumanga Daioh, that's the entire omnibus. This series kind of feels like a combination of a manga series and a Western comic strip, so it's a kind of interesting hybrid, and it's pretty easy to read. On the second shelf is 1 through 14 of Tokyo Ghoul. It's just as good as I heard. And the first volume, I read it all in one sitting. It's one of the best first volumes of a series I ever read. I haven't read Tokyo Ghoul Re, but I'm still thinking about it. And then Death Note, 1 through 12. Everyone knows Death Note. StarCraft Frontline 1 through 4. It's an interesting tie-in to StarCraft 2. And it's made up of a bunch of mini short stories. And this is a one-shot I found. It wasn't really that good, but it was kind of fun to read. Wolf Children Omnibus. It's a hardcover. It's a pretty good series. Pretty good short series. I'd recommend that one. Third shelf. This one's kind of a hidden gem. After the Rain by Jun Mayuzuki. I've read it twice, and the first time I thought it was a little underwhelming. Then I read it again and realized that the real theme wasn't just romance, but it's actually a story about healing and hope that made it a lot more interesting. So I think this one's definitely worth reading again. Then number 6, 1 through 9 entire series. It's a futuristic sci-fi series with a few interesting twists near the end. A Silent Voice 1 through 7. I haven't watched the anime movie, but I did read this. I thought it was quite good. I plan to read it again. Nichijou 1 through 10 whole series, a very wacky comedy series. Takes a little getting used to, but it's worth it. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, kind of a dramatic all-in-one series. It's not bad. Then one of my favorites, Maho Sensei Negima. Several omnibuses of 3-in-1, then single volumes up to volume 38, which is the last one. I read this 3 times in high school, but didn't finish it. But I've decided to collect the whole series recently, and that was definitely a right choice, because it's still one of my favorites, and I thought the second half of the Isekai arc was more interesting than I expected it to be. On the bottom shelf is Berserk. Kind of late to the party on Berserk, but better late than never. And I'm currently rereading it. There's my bookmark. And I plan to reread it again after that. And now my second shelf over here. This is The Golden Sheep by the same person who wrote The God's Lie. Felt kind of like an Inio Asano story. I thought it was kind of interesting. Then the manga adaptation of Persona 5. I didn't plan to play the game, so I decided to compromise with this, and it's not bad so far. But I did play Persona 4, and I enjoyed that one. Spy X Family, or just Spy Family. This one's a lot of fun. I actually discovered it through the Manga Plus app, which is actually free to download. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun is also a comedy of 4-panel comic strips. I'm enjoying that one. The bottom shelf is the middle shelf is a few Junji Ito collections. Downfall on Solanin by Inio Asano. There's a short horror series. All I Need Is Kill, drawn by the same guy who did Death Note, has outstanding art. Grand Blue Dreaming 1 through 12. Very enjoyable series. It's just as good and just as funny as people said. Looking forward to volume 13. Down here is Gummin Apocalypse Kaiji. I recently got into that. It's pretty interesting. Inside Mari. Haven't started reading it yet, but I will soon. I have high expectations for it. Then shelf unit 3. The Way of the House Husband. Great art. Good comedy. I heard the Netflix adaptation wasn't so good though, so I'll pass on it. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. I watched the anime of the original Fairy Tail and skipped the fillers. This 100 Years Quest is a pretty good sequel. Blood Lad, complete collection. This is a decent but not amazing sort of fantasy series. Then Vinland Saga 1 through 11. Once again, just as good as everyone said. One of my favorite series, and it's a shame the anime isn't longer. It's just one 24-episode season. Bottom shelf, here's my other big shoujo series. Maid-sama, whole series. I've read it twice, might read it again. Then Girls Last Tour. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic series that's kind of like the cute girls doing cute things genre. And it's a very interesting combination. It has a somewhat dark and ambiguous ending, but it has some interesting artwork. Then this little series wasn't that great, but I thought I'd try it out anyway. Japanese and German editions of Maid-sama, just because. Act Age 1 and 2. It's a real shame about this series. It got canceled because of what the artist did, or rather what the author did. But they're still interesting while it lasted. Bloom Into You. This is my other Yuri series. It's pretty good. I might reread it. In my third shelf, the rest of my Junji Ito collection. I got Tomie first, and Uzumaki, which lived up to its reputation. Planets by Makoto Yukimura. It kind of felt like a combination of Gravity and Interstellar and stuff like that. This series is kind of a random little collection. It's one of the first manga volume I bought in years. It's not bad. Konosuba, Explosion on This Wonderful World. Actually, I thought this would be longer, but stopped after 5 volumes. It was kind of fun. Love and Focus, just an obscure little series. Then Elfen Lied 1 through 4. It took a while to realize that Elfen Lied actually inspired Stranger Things. Then Aria the Masterpiece. I think this one's really a hidden gem. It's a soft sci-fi series that also fits into the cute girls doing cute things genre, but teaches some wholesome life lessons along the way and has an interesting setting of a rebuilt Venice on Mars, where the main characters are training to row those boats around, the gondolas. Kakegurui 1 through 12, volume 13 should come out soon. Really enjoy this one. Wodokoi, one of my favorites ever, partly because it's actually not set in high school, so it's nice to see a comedy series with older characters. Bleach Supplemental, The Gods Lie, Garden of Words. Then my last shelf, Horimiya. It's a pretty good series, then they came out with the anime for it. I think a new volume should be coming out soon. Komi Can't Communicate. I really enjoyed this one too, and the volumes come out really fast, once every 2 months, so it's nice to get so many of them. Then you get My Hero Academia Vigilantes as my last series. It's a pretty solid tie-in to the original, and it did a fine job of expanding on some of the main characters while introducing new ones, and showed you the history of Aizawa and Midnight, so that was a pretty cool bonus. And that's my entire series. Some mainstream titles, some obscure titles, all different genres. I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye.